I hope that this is my legacy. And a learning community, and the great thing about this idea, it's so simple and easy to start. I believe that learning should be a lifetime and a lifelong activity. It shouldn't stop once you get your high school diploma or college degree. We should all strive to be intellectually curious and challenge ourselves to learn something every single day that we didn't know the day before. And through a great partnership with Science Park, we're going to start early in April, right? We did a walkthrough on the 23rd of this month, so just a few days ago. And if you've not been in Science Park, it's a beautiful facility. They've got Olympic-sized swimming pool. They have a huge gymnasium. And so we have recruited people to teach in the learning community. And the people who teach, it's not required that they have that they're certified. All that's required is that they have a passion for what they do and have a willingness to give and to volunteer.
I have a passion for art. I'm a community activist, and I'm also in the health field as an organizational developer for the last 27 years. I have passion around social justice issues, and I believe that we need to build capacity in our society for social justice issues, domestically as well as globally, whether it be global warming, whether it be the strikes that are going on in Wisconsin for people to have collective bargaining rights. I just believe in the rights of humanity. And so the course is going to be designed around collages and mixed media, very similar to the African artist Romeo Bearden. And he was very instrumental in capturing the life of African American folks throughout from the 1930s to 1988. So he captured the civil rights era, several wars, slavery, and I believe it's important that we instill those ideologies with people. Whatever the issue is, we have a responsibility as citizens in our communities and globally to be responsible to maintain that. So I'm inspired by this class and hopeful that the work that you produce will represent your voice around social justice issues.
I'm teaching Intro to Computers. I'm a certified Microsoft trainer, so I'm excited.
If you were an old user way back when, you never really saw this desktop, right? You saw this black screen where you had to remember all these tricky commands. And so when Microsoft, which is they're the biggest computer company in the world, they said we want to make it very easy for users to use their computer because they're just interested in typing a letter, they're interested in doing their family budget, and they should not have to be programmers to remember all these codes and passwords. And so they developed what they called the Windows. And Windows is more common sense, it's more intuitive, and they call it a desktop because it's almost like the desktop at your job, right? If you go to your work and on your desktop, you have your different papers, you have your pens, you have all the tools that you need to do the work. And Windows desktop, you'll have all of your Microsoft Office that contains all those applications. Now, let's take them one by one. Microsoft Word allows you to do what? Documents, right? Word processing. And so if you wanted to type a letter to somebody, you use Microsoft Word. Microsoft Excel allows you to do what? Spreadsheets. So when you want to crunch the numbers, you do Microsoft Excel. Microsoft PowerPoint uses lets you do what?
Design.
Or when you make a presentation,
Yeah.
right, to somebody, and you can add all kind of colors and objects, and you can even add video, sound to the presentation. You can really make it sophisticated. Monthly expense budget. So it'll be Gwen's monthly expense budget. And one way is to close it by clicking on the X. The other way is to position the mouse pointer on that button in the taskbar. Click your right mouse button, the menu pops up, and then you click your left mouse button. So let's all turn and pivot and look at your computers. But the rule of thumb for the mouse, if you want to open up something or click to select something, you click on the left mouse button. If you want to see a menu appear, then you click on the right mouse button, okay? Now, when you're rolling the mouse on this screen, the mouse pointer goes in whatever direction you roll the mouse. If you feel like you're going to run out of space, all you have to do is pick up the mouse, because you can pick up the mouse and you can wave it back and forth. Does the mouse pointer move anywhere? When you pick it up? No, right? Because it has to touch a surface. But if you're running
And when you
out,
find it, close your eyes, extend your arms down, lift your spine tall, long. Ground your feet to the earth beneath you. Focus on your breath. Inhale your arms, your hands to your heart center. Namaste. Have a seat on your mat. You push the ball of your foot forward. But notice the difference between each one, the way it feels in your leg. See how it activates your thighs? How it sends the thigh bone right into the hip socket? Now relax. Fire them up. And you feel that instant posture. And inhale. Draw your shoulder blades back. Lift them up towards your ear. Let them relax there. Keeping your spine tall. Take your right leg out in front of you. Put your heel in your boot. Inhale, come up. Exhale, slight twist. Keeping your neck long, not twisting from your shoulders, but twisting from your navel. Inhale and exhale, relax, inhale, and twist on the exhale. Inhale, come forward. Switch your feet. Exhale, slowly twist. Inhale, come up. Exhale, slow twist. Inhale, come up, and exhale, forward. Inhale, and give your lower spine a little massage. Roll around in the back. Inhale, and press your heels to the ceiling. Keeping your palms flat on the floor. And come to all fours, hands and knees. So position your shoulders so they're over you. Use the breath to move your body at the same time. And on your next exhale, come to a flat table. Pressing your palms.
Well, it looks like a castle, but I think you said it was a rook.
Right, you can call it a rook or a castle.
Oh, okay.
There's two names for it. It's called a rook or a castle. So you can pretty much look at the pieces and know what they're called. What is this called?
a bishop.
A bishop. If you ever Catholic church, if you ever watch the bishop, that's how it's headed. Now all pieces aren't always shaped like this, because some people will buy different pieces and stuff, but you can figure them out. And here we have a It's either called a knight or a horse. Either one. And of course, the king and queen. The difference between the king and queen is the crown on the head. The king. The queen is the strongest piece on the board. The king, the queen, which we know in society, I'm gonna have to say this, gentlemen, women are the strongest people in the world. Whether you believe it or not, they are. They are the strongest. They control just about everything.
He's the first black chess master in New Jersey. He's the first nationally rated master in the United States. And he is here to help share some of his knowledge. Class A champion, he's beaten several grandmasters in his day. And even though he no longer plays competitively, he's definitely recognized amongst many in the chess community. He has long since achieved and received this title of Life Master from the U.S. Chess Federation, and where they actually recognized him, finally recognized him, I think it was
See, football, basketball, taking a test in school, and being prepared. So if you're not prepared in what you're doing, then how are you going to succeed? You know what I mean? Like some years ago, that New England Patriots had to play the New York Giants in the Super Bowl. And New England had lost the game all season, undefeated. But the Giants beat them because the Giants were prepared. So preparation, I call seeing ahead, is very important. When you sit down, you should know your openings, or what defense you're going to play, or what offense you're going to play, and you're prepared to play it. And you know, the only thing white has is the first move. Black determines the defense, and the defense is what you choose. White can't make you play in a particular defense. You choose the defense. And if you choose a defense, that's when you prepare. See what I mean? All right. Now, there are basically two openings. We can open with pawn to king 4, which sometimes we call it in descriptive notation is e4. That's 4, that's e. So we can open with e4, and we can open with d4. Now, if we play e4, our game is based on a lot of tactical play, combinations. That's the players play that. You play this, d4 is positional play. It's not based on a lot of tactical combinations. So you bring out probably all your pieces out first prior to you starting whatever action. But so normally if I was teaching a person, I try to teach them according to their strength. If they're more tactically inclined, then I would express that they play e4. If they're more positionally, they understand positions and ideas, then that I play. But the strongest opening is d4 because it's positional and it's with tactical play. It's not like you're trying to get out there and run over your opponent. So you can only beat your opponent if he makes a mistake, so forth. Now, everyone here knows how to move the pieces?
Yes.
Okay. Normally what I usually would do, as if an instructor, I would teach you how to mate with various pieces. That's the first thing I usually do, because what's the sense of getting into a position you know how to mate king? So normally I would teach you how to mate with rook, and we say it's white's move first. Number one, first one, you want to restrict the king. So primarily, you play that, and that restricts the king. You understand why? First of all, you have to, to mate, the king has to force mate. So forcing is give him less area to move in. Now he can't come out. All right? So you move towards peace. Now you move your king. And he moves further, and you move over here. And now, see, the king can't move in the check because the rook is controlling the square. So now, all he can do is move back and forth, move on this line. So what we happen, so we go as far away from him, so by the time he gets over there, this king will be closer. So eventually the king will eventually get up to there. Say he got over here. Okay, now what you do is you move here. Now that only gives the king can only move 2 squares. See? Understand that?
Yeah.
Now got it down to the king can only move 2 squares. So he would move back to here. We bring that king over. He move back to here, and the 2 squares. We move over here. Now what happened? He got to move here. And then we move there and make.
Wanted to dumb down education. So as a result of all of her frustration, she decided to go out and start her own school. So in reading her book, she wrote a creed because a couple of her students were arguing with one another, and one of her students had come into the office, come to school one day and had scratches all over her face. And what she had said was, as a class, and I'll say as roses, you represent us. So it's in your best interest to uphold yourself to the highest regard. Don't get into confrontations that are unnecessary. You have the choice to be courageous or to, not to say so much turn the other cheek, but find another way to resolve conflict. So in her creed she says, society will draw a circle that shuts me out, but my superior thoughts will draw me in. I was born to win. If I do not spend too much time trying to fail, I will ignore the tags and names given me by society, since only I know what I have the ability to become. Failure is just as easy to combat as success is to obtain. Education is painful and not gained by playing games. Yet it is my privilege to destroy myself if that is what I choose to do. I have the right to fail, but I do not have the right to take other people with me. God made me the captain of only one life, my own. It is my right to care nothing about myself, but I must be willing to accept the consequences for that failure. And I must never think that those who have chosen to work while I played, rested, and slept will share their bounties with me. My success and my education can be companions that no misfortune can depress, no crime can destroy, and no enemy can alienate. Without education, man is a slave, a savage, wandering from here to there, believing whatever he is told. Time and chance come to us all. I can be either hesitant or courageous. I can swiftly stand up and shout, this is my time and my place. I will accept the challenge. What you say?
So that was deep.
Now, let me ask a question after reading that book. After you reading that phrase, I want to pose a question to most of you. How many of you feel like, well, because when we were introducing ourselves, and I know that you said that most of you want to be singers and entertainers and so on, how passionate are you about your future careers? And as students now in high school, what have you done thus far to prepare yourselves for those goals? Because it's easy to say, you know, I want to be an attorney, and you start building on your career when you're in college. But right now, what have you done to prepare yourself for your future endeavors? Like, what have you done?
Well,
So you'll design the business suits for the attorney, so it'll look good in Portland. No?
not that designer.
Oh, what kind of design? Oh, interior, like interior decorating. Nice.
Okay.
So you'll hook up their homes.
Hook up the pool home.
Okay. I want to ask you guys a question. If you could describe yourself in one word,
If I
what would
feel
it be?
that I want to say
And why?
something, I'll say it, like, I won't hold back. Like, I'll just come out and say it, because can't nobody read your head and tell what are you thinking. So just, just say it out loud, express yourself.
I got my own style. I don't follow after people. I just be myself. I mean, I got a lot of friends and stuff, but they know how I am. Like, I just don't follow after them. So that's why they like me. It's 'cause my own style.
We have Alexis, the outspoken one, and Bernice, the unicorn.
Who is not the follower.
I want you to try to, at home, mimic and look in the mirror. I know we're going to do a mirror challenge, but we're going to do a lot of speaking out loud, and I want you to feel comfortable with the group that you're in, and start with us, because you have a hard time verbalizing, what you feel. And I don't want to feel like we're, on you and constantly saying, speak up, speak up, speak up. So I want you to try to work on that by our next meeting Saturday, okay? All right.
Yeah, I have two. What I think and what people around me think. See, what I think is that I'm a very happy, cheerful person because I don't like seeing other people sad. So I would do my best to always smile and to get them more upbeat. Because when somebody else is sad, that makes me sad and it makes me feel sorry, like it's my fault. So I try to keep them happy. And when people think about me, because I'm a serious drama queen, they say that I over-exaggerate little things, and I always say I'm trying to be an actress. But I don't care though, because I know sometimes I can be a drama queen. So I like it.
Is willing to accept their own responsibilities when they're wrong. A leader is also willing to say when they failed or they made a mistake. Failure is actually giving up. So it is not until you have given up that you have failed. But leadership takes a lot it takes a bold character to be a leader. And the reason why we said to you guys to speak up, because if you're going to be a leader and you want people to follow you, you have to be sure that you know what you're talking about. And when you talk like, yes, I am a leader, no one's really sure that you really are a leader. So we're encouraging you guys. I noticed you look kind of sad after she said to work on speaking louder, but we're encouraging you guys to speak louder and speak with power and confidence.
Mm-hmm.
When you are in leadership, people may look up to you. I'm sure they do. You guys are lovely young ladies, but you have to speak with confidence and just know that you are a leader. Because you guys are leaders. Every last one of you are leaders, but you just have to take on that role.
He believes in the Central Ward, and so we're honored to have him, because the greatest gift you can give is your talent and your time. And we really appreciate, so I want to show a round of applause for T for giving up this talk. So I'll be on the side watching you guys work out. Here's some information. 2, 3, right, left, right, left, right, left, right, left, right, left. Follow me, guys. 2, 3, 4, 5. We're gonna walk to the front. Right foot first. Let's go. Walk it up. Let's go. Left foot 1. Right foot 2. Left foot 3. 4. 5. Go. 6. All right. responsibility shifts to all of you. So you got to go back in the community, because we have these famous hearing of citizens, right? And they come to the meeting and justifiably they're hammering away on us. But I will respectfully challenge those people. Now that there's a resource, how many people have to pay for this class? Free, right? Absolutely zero. But this, your instructor, she could go and charge somebody for this class. So you can calculate a cost if she charged somebody, and she can be doing a lot of other things on a Saturday other than being with us. And so you now have an obligation to talk to your neighbor, to get on the phone, and to say you have this great, wonderful resource called the Learning Community. Sign up and then call the office.